Hey y'all, thank you for joining me again. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be folding up my laundry. I'm in the laundry room and yeah, motivation. How y'all feeling? How are you doing? How has your day been? I have been busy, okay? We all have, but just some weeks I just feel busier than others. But I am definitely not complaining because at some point I wasn't doing nothing, right? Not because I couldn't, but just because I didn't want to. Just because I was procrastinating or lazy or just because I guess I thought it wasn't important. So now I look back over my life and I'll just be so thankful, because I actually have something to do that is productive. It's going to keep me busy and keep me out of trouble. Not that I was in trouble, but sometimes you could just sit there idle all day watching TV or scrolling the internet or something and just not get things done. That's me. Some days that is still me. But for the most part, I can say, yeah. So as far as a little update, I had posted a video, like a vlog, I guess a couple weeks ago now. And it was a little bit of everything. But in that vlog, I showed myself at the doctor having x-rays and stuff. Well, I was having x-rays on my knees and on my heart. Because ever since I started this work from home job, my legs have been swelling up. So I try to make sure I take breaks in between to do housework or to just walk around. I try to make sure I drink a lot of water, and I try to make sure that I'm eating the right thing too. So the more that I was being conscious of what I was doing, to my body as my lifestyle as my work has changed, because some of you might know, some of you might not know that I've been a caregiver for the last about 4 years or whatever. So primarily I was a living home caregiver for my sister and my dad. So they were right here in the house. I was running up and down the steps. I was cleaning. I was out. That, life has changed direction. I'm not so active anymore. So I'm noticing that I'm swelling up. You know what I mean? So long story short, I also have high blood pressure issues. So I went to my doctor and I had him, check my blood pressure, adjust my medications and stuff like that, to where now my blood pressure's great, right? But I'm still swelling. So I bought me some compression socks, and I just keep doing these other things, trying to get it to go away, basically. And long story short is not. I feel like if I'm not at work, I'm fine. Like my legs go, they're normal size. I mean, I'm a big person anyway, but I feel like I don't know, the water or whatever it is going down to my ankles, down to my legs and stuff when I'm working. And on the flip side, I do work a lot, but like I said, I take a lot of breaks. So, that's just something I've been dealing with. It's not major, right? It's not anything that God has given me that He's not going to pull me through, but it's nerve-wracking. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what it is, and I gotta really watch what I eat. I gotta really watch what I do because if not, my legs swell up, and if they swell up, they're really tight, really hurt. They feel really abnormal. It goes all the way down to my feet, to my toes. So my everything is swollen besides my toes. So I guess I'm just talking about that here now because I'm standing here doing housework like I have to do, right? Like I always do. Because that's what we have to do. And at the same time, my husband's like, sit down, take a break, relax. Oh, it's just housework. Housework will be there. Well, it'll keep getting worse, right? If I don't get on it and do something about it. I can't just let this is an adversity to me, right? I can't just let this distraction of my leg situation keep me from showing up and doing what I gotta do, you know. And I've also had that with my daughter as well. My daughter's like, she doesn't feel well. She doesn't feel like doing it. Um, you know, whatever. And I'm like, you don't really have a choice to say that you don't feel like it. Some things just have to be done. And that's where we rely on almighty strength, right? Because we're not able to do this stuff on our own. And we have to endure. We can't just stop doing what we got to do for ourselves, for our families, what it is that we got to do. We still got to show up and go to work, right? So that's where I'm at. Hurting, but I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. And see, normally I would wash my clothes, get them all put away, but they washed, they clean, but they're in baskets, and we all have that, right? But I feel like I had got to a point where I had a routine that I wasn't letting that happen. I was washing my clothes, I was folding them up, and I was getting them put away right away. So now, it's a bit of a change because I have to, it's a bit of a change because I have to do what my body allows. And it's kind of nerve wracking, but I'm also not going to let negative thoughts into my head either. I'm just going to keep trusting God and I'm going to keep following his direction because I asked him, to not only give me strength, but to direct my path so that today, maybe I won't wash no dishes. Today, maybe I won't cook. It just depends on how I'm led, So I thank God for that. But it's just something that is happening, something that is rather nerve wracking, because I don't know. I'm used to just going and getting things done, and now I feel like I'm stumbling, you know, tripping over my feet. Um, you know how your legs, you got to bend your legs, right? Your knees and stuff to move. I feel like my leg got to be straight. Because if it's not straight, then it hurts. It buckles. It hurts. Um, and it's just unusual for me, because I've always been um, get up and go type of person. I've always been a big person, but I've always been fit too, you know. So, I mean, it's a bit of a reason to have a little bit of a nerve-wracking type of feeling, but at the same time, I'm trusting God. I'm not worrying, And I used to be that as well. I used to worry. I used to think about all the bad things that can happen. I used to just put it off, just procrastinate, and just not do it because I feel like, oh, nope, my feet hurt today. I'm just not going to do it. And then stuff just never gets done, and that's not a good way to live either. So, anywho, that was nice to share. And I got those clothes folded in 10 minutes. I think I have some more in the jar, though. But, I like to think that it's all in my mind, you know what I mean? that I feel like God has brought me to this point of just being thankful, just being grateful, despite, you know what I mean? Because I'm finally working not only am I finally working, because it took a while to go back to work after my sister passed, but I'm doing my dream job, literally, you know what I mean? Which is working at home, taking inbound calls. I can't say what it's about, but it's nice. It's very rewarding. It's very tedious. Um, but I feel like God prepared me for it because I went to school for it, for what I'm doing, for the administration type, you know what I mean? So it can be a lot of work, but I like it. When I get to, when I get going, I want to keep going, you know? Although I know I need to take breaks and stuff, I'll be trying to figure out the next best thing. You know, what can I do to improve this, or what can I do to um, help, basically. So I've been having this burning sensation in my back, and it's like I can do so much work, and then my back gets hurting. So I could wash the dishes or clean up, whatever I gotta do. But then after maybe 30 minutes or something, I feel like I gotta sit down because my back is literally burning. It's like, what is this? I I'm thankful to have my insurance back, so I don't have to pay to go to the doctor. But the only bad thing is, in my doctor office, they keep switching doctors. They'll come, they'll leave, and then by the time it's time to go back to the doctor, you got somebody totally different trying to treat you, and they don't even know you, and it's just terrible. So, you know, that's even more reason to trust in God, you know, because anyway, the doctors don't know it. They don't know it all anyway. But what I have to do for myself is I gotta show up. I gotta show up, and I have to continue to show up. That's the hardest part, right? You can you can be like, I know I need to do this, this, and that to accomplish this, or to get to this, or whatever. But then, at what point am I actually gonna do it? You know what I mean? Anybody else do that? And then when you do start doing it, it can become hard. It could become stressful, you know, discouraging, whatever it might be. But then what do? Do we stop? No. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's like a pep talk, right? You don't stop, you keep going. Why would you start if you're just going to stop? And I guess it depends on what it is, because some situations you gotta stop. You gotta just put it on the back burner and pick it up later because it's too much going on or it's too whatever. But then, do you ever go back to it, or does it just get lost in your thoughts, in your ideas, in your dream, right? So I just thank God. I thank God for this moment right now because, um, you know, when I got on here, when I turned on this camera, I said I'm gonna fold up these clothes, and I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but we're gonna make a video. And Lord behold, He brought me exactly what I needed to say it, and I have a good video here. And I believe more so that I've been led to make this video not only to show me fold my laundry, but to be an encouragement for somebody else as well as myself. Because I feel like I just had a revelation just now. You know what I mean? You ever do that? You get to talking to somebody or something, and get to trying to encourage them, or try to make somebody feel better about a certain situation, and then you just be enlightened about what you just said for your own situation. So yeah, I thank God for that. We have to recognize those moments, and we have to give honor where it's due, right? because a lot of us, um, we can make it seem like it was our own idea, or it was our own strength, or it was some manifestation, or it was some miracle. And it's like, I don't believe in none of that. It's God. It is. It is Him. He has a plan for our life, you know, and all we have to do is ask for it, and He will make it happen. A lot of us just don't realize that there's work to do as well. You can't just ask God to be the genie and not do anything. So that's where I feel like people get confused with manifestation and luck versus simply blessings, simply um, abundance, or not abundance, but favor. The word favor. God has been telling me that word a lot lately. That He favors me. He favors my family. He favors all of us, not just me, all of us. So it's just beautiful to get to a point to be like, thank you, God. You know what I mean, for favoring me, because that's all it is. It's favor. It's not luck. It's not manifestation. So it's important to have that relationship with Christ, as it is to have that relationship with our spouse. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. um, if that's what you call it. Happy Love Day. Happy anniversary for some of you. I mean, happy Wednesday. Like, happy February 14th, 2024. Happy leap year. Uh, you know what I mean? It's more than just Valentine's Day. And there again, I've had my time where I'm like, it's Valentine's Day. I gotta get my nails done. I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get nice. I gotta find me something nice and go, with my man. Girl, at some point you just be like, it's not even a holiday. It's so overrated. And then think about the fact that February is Heart Health Month as well. Not just Valentine's Day, Heart Health Month. And my own husband has had heart surgery. So it's different. Valentine's Day, February, or whatever you want to call it, is different for us because, we've been through some things. And I'm just thankful that we are still alive and together and able to celebrate each other besides just today. Um, so I encourage you to take a step back, to build that relationship with Christ. We all have our own relationships, right? But let's make it stronger. I encourage you to make it, take a step further and really sit down and get into the presence of God for maybe a little bit longer than you normally would and see what He has to say to you. So I love you, and I will see you guys soon.